Hi, welcome to Flow with Chloe, where I'm going to pull a few from my lovely new deck. We are on the cusp of that full moon in Aquarius. As it's a brand new deck, the Azure Arcana, I'm going to do a splurgy smurgy with them. As I've not used them at all yet. But I really love the royal kind of blue colour. There's just something so lunar about them, but also royal about them, which I just find super duper Leo-like. Very royal blue. Because this full moon is going to be in Aquarius, which means it opposes the sun in Leo, and we are of course in Leo season. We have so much air and fire energy with these energies opposing one another. We also have Jupiter in Leo. That is conjunct the sun. We also have Pluto in Aquarius, which will be conjunct the moon. Okay, we have our 12 cards. So, the first card is Temperance. It's all about balance, baby. So, we have this great big cup, and it's pouring more energy from one cup to another. This card is actually more associated with Sagittarius. It's more associated with Jupiter. We do have Jupiter opposing this Aquarius full moon. And so there is an expansive energy. Aquarius is also the water bearer, and it kind of is often symbolized with this big urn and pouring the water. So it's interesting that the Temperance card here has got a similar vibe. I mean, the Temperance card always has water in it, but I'm liking the kind of flow of the water here, and this kind of wave that is quite like the wave of the Aquarian symbol, and this flow. And Aquarius, it breathes life, it breathes the message. It's the ripples on the water, spreading to the collective. But Temperance is asking us to be in balance, to be in harmony, and it's sort of weighing, balancing, exchanging the water between one cup and another to show this flow of harmony and as being in balance with the two vessels and being in flow, which I quite like. It's then followed by the 2 and 3 of cups. While I appreciate that it's a new deck and these are consecutive cards in a deck, I did do a fair big splurging, big girl shuffle situation on them. And so our cups cards are our emotions, and followed by this Temperance card of balance and harmony, and need to sort of pay it forward and expand it kind of energy, and act with patience about things emotionally. It's nice that we have the 2 and 3 of Cups, because it's this building, this progress, this exchange, a balanced exchange between two people emotionally, and then it growing to something bigger, and this, you know, expanse of emotion, this pouring of the sort of love, I guess, the golden fluid from one cup to another, is spreading the ripples far and wide, expanding it, letting it flow and ripple and reverberate out to others in this real harmonious sense of love and spreading of this emotional depth. And that's just lovely. We then have the Magician, which is the as above so below dance, and it's also the weaving the 8 dance of infinity, and knowing all of your magical tools. And there is a sort of strike of sense of magic and purpose. It's followed by the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. We've skipped out the King in this process, but the Magician is very mercurial. He's ruled by Mercury, and he represents the planet of Mercury is very linked to Gemini and Virgo. We have had the South Node just slip out of Virgo into Leo on the 26th. And we have now got Mercury going direct in Cancer, which is quite a sign of emotions as well. And it's like forward movement and letting it flow forward. And there's, with the Swords cards, there's this progression from Page to Queen. And this very focused, very intentive kind of focus, mental energy of ascension. Our Swords cards are air cards, and Mercury, it's swift, it's the winged messenger, it's communication, it's you know, getting a message from A to B. And so there's some kind of very swift magic at play with this ability to focus and being really mentally in tune with the flow of the energy, which is what I'm getting from this Magician. And he has to be, you know, focused to perform his magic and alchemize and balance his energy. And it's creating this laser-like focus, a very clear communication, very honest communication, and this accelerated, elevated, higher conscious communication, which is quite nice. I love all the little gold butterflies that are down on the bottom of this card as well. These cards are just gorgeous. And here they're like laser-like focused on this butterfly, and butterflies are very transformative. They're winged creatures as well. And you know, they come from being a caterpillar through the chrysalis, and they then spread their wings and off they flutter. Which is interesting because we then have the Death card, which is a card about rebirth. You know, you cannot stay the caterpillar. If you want to be the butterfly and flutter around and be free and have your winged message spread and to transcend and spread the message. And I feel like spread the love far and wide with these cards here, and the sort of flow of this balance and energy and this forward movement. It's both emotional and mental. It's communication from the heart, and it's forward movement, but it's transformative as well. There's butterflies leading up to this death card. It's like a rebirth, a rejuvenation, a reawakening, a reinitiation of an intent, like a reawakening of your mental clarity, of your path, of your expansion of where you're going. And there's probably been a lot to shed as well with these swords cards. You know, they slice away what's not necessary and they move forward. It's very clear cut, and there's no baggage coming along with you. There's no unnecessary things coming along with you. You know, you've processed and liquidized and reincarnated in your cocoon. You've alchemized, but also with that magician, alchemized, but also, I can't think of the word, like degraded, like, you know, when something sort of liquidates, it breaks down. All of that, the past version of self has gone, it's melted away and formed this liquid, and it's realigned and remerged and reformed in this alchemized, magical, transformative way in the mulch of that cocoon to a rebirth. We then have another card of harmony, giving, receiving, with the Six of Pentacles. He has the scale here, which symbolizes balance. He has some rather huge, gigantic coins here. I feel like the gargantuan size of the guy on the card compared to the little people on their knees is a little bit out of balance there, really. But they have this whole sea of coins that they're sort of digging through. And I feel like it's coming into a reassessment and a rebuilding of your finances, your abundance, your wealth, be that emotional or financial, and your sense of security. Like, you're rebuilding your sense of security as this new version of self, where you may have felt more reliant on other people's charity or finances. This push for independence here, I feel like, with the lack of accurate size measurement between the characters on the card, like the past self maybe felt like they were kind of digging around in this less secure state, and like the coins fell out of reach. And there's this rebalance, and it's to do with self-worth as well. It's like we're using the money, because it's Pentacles, we're using the money as like a metaphor, but it's about worth. And it's like where you may have felt like a lesser sense of worth, and like there was some out of balance with your worth and other people's, and this inflation of other people's worth against your own, or maybe glamorizing others or inflating their importance over your own. This kind of surrender of self, in a way, where you've lessened yourself in comparison to others, consciously or unconsciously, that's coming back into balance. It's resetting. That all the things that were melting away in your cocoon, that were dissolving, that's the word I'm looking for, dissolving, the past self dissolvement, you're rebuilding, you're re-emerging to find balance, more balance between these inaccurate statures in society or your own self-worth. And then we get the Ace of Cups, which is beautiful. It's this flowing, overflowing cup. Again, we started the reading with lots of overflowing, flowing golden great stuff. From the cups, we expanded the energy of the cups, of the love, balanced it, and then grew it, multiplied it. And now we have this pure energy of love, of new love, of renewed emotional wealth, of fulfillment. This can also be to do with partnerships, if you were asking about relationships, but I feel it's quite personal. I feel it's like a renewed sense of self-worth and self-appreciation, and like kindness to yourself and self-acceptance and realizing your true worth in this new version of you. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. He moves slowly, he's precise, he's considerate, he has taken the precautionary measures, he's not rushing. However, we then get the Eight of Wands, which is sudden incoming communication, followed by the Nine of Pentacles, which is this independence, this lovely, I've made it, I'm reigning in my abundance. So I feel like it's been a long time coming, and we've got all these furrows sort of dug into the ground, and we've got all these little seeds sprouting up, and we have this lovely new moon in the background, and it's this regrowth, it's this rejuvenation, it's having put in the hard work, it's having properly dug the ground, turned the soil, hoed it, sowed it in the right way with the meticulousness of the Knight of Pentacles. You put in the work, you put in the effort, you've taken your time, and now it is go time. It's coming in. It's coming in fiery, quick, and it's communication are the ones. It's communication. It's also inspiration. It's the passion. It's this revival, and all these little seeds re-sprouting, this renewal, revival of the land, of growth, and it's coming in with passion. It's here. And then we get this Nine of Pentacles, this independence, this fullness, this realization of the worth. It's like, I've made it, I'm here, I declare it, here I am in my beautiful kingdom of Pentacles. I've even got a falcon, I'm like sitting pretty, look at all my golden grapes, it's a full fruition. Interestingly, we are coming to that like peak of, where the fruits have all reached their abundance and fullness on that note, with Lammas coming up on the 1st of August. I'm going to take from that Lammas deck as well to invite a little bit of that fire energy. But first, I'm going to take from Lunar Tarot to get a little bit of full moon energy. Two flipped over. Interesting. Oh, one more. Funny. These are very close to what came out in my reading that I pulled at the beginning of my latest yoga class for the full moon in Aquarius. We had and have again the moon, which is a big full moon. It's a massive illumination. It's a realization. It's a full illumination of things that have been in the shadow, things coming up from the unconscious, a realization, a clarity. The Death card again, transformative. It says transformation. And they're sort of looking out over this barren land, but it has a new moon on it. It's like a rebirth, a new cycle. And we have this lovely row of moon cycle on the back of the cloak here. And so just going back to that kind of cocoon metaphor that I was using earlier, this transformation, looking out over this sort of barren land in this death. But then we have this lovely rebirth of the land becoming fertile again, and this new moon. Sorry, the new moon is there. So just a really nice, lovely star up there. Of like this new beginning. And we have the Queen of Cups. Supportive is the word on the card. And we do have a lot of cup energy on the table. And she's very intuitive. She's very in touch with the flow of the emotions. And we have got this lovely flow of emotion. And I feel we have this rebirth, this realization of things coming up from the depths of our unconsciousness for us to transform into our new self with a renewal of love, a renewed love. Gorgeous. And I'm going to take one from the Seasons of the Witch Lammas. Or more if it gives me more. Let's see what we get. We get citrine. Oh, there's another one turned over there as well. And flower bouquet. Gorgeous. So romance. So citrine. Confidence is a skill that can be cultivated, and you are now being guided to reach the light within yourself. We have this beautiful bed of citrine crystals. Citrine actually represents the planet Jupiter as well, and we were talking about this Jupiter expansion. I mentioned it at the start when we had that Temperance card, and this Jupiter being in opposition to this full moon over in Leo, conjunct the sun, which is creating this sort of radiant confidence and this energy of luck and light and expansion from within. This real solar plexus where our confidence, our joy sort of radiates from. Citrine is a gorgeous, gorgeous crystal. I always wear a bit of citrine on my finger there. Often I can be found wearing it around my neck. It's gorgeous. It attracts wealth as well, and we have got a lot of pentacles. May I draw you back to this nine of pentacles here. And this resurgence of self, this reawakening, this resurgence of confidence in yourself, your new self, this transformed self. And we have flower bouquet. Savor presence with life and notice the magic living in the small moments. And we have this, you know, abundant bouquet of flowers. This big, full bouquet. And from those tiny, tiny seeds, I'm going to show you again on this King of Pentacles, the tiny, tiny seeds bloom whole bouquets of flowers, which go on to shed their seeds. And we have this wonderful flow, circle of life, paying it forward, spreading the golden nectar to flow far and wide. Massive abundance. And the Nine of Pentacles is massive abundance. And a new sense of self-security and a new sense of renewed love. And that's the reading. Thank you for watching. Happy full moon in Aquarius. Happy Leo season. Thank you to all you returning viewers and subscribers. And I will see you again soon. Probably from Wales because I'm going there for a few days. Bye for now.